What's going on? It's Young Larry, aka the motherfucking L God, back again reviewing Logic's The Incredible True Story. Logic, if you're not familiar, Gaithersburg, Maryland rapper, not Baltimore, Gaithersburg, Maryland rapper. Came out some time ago with the Young Sinatra series, very good set of mixtapes, and then last year actually released his first debut album on Def Jam called Under Pressure. Good project, but a problem that was with that album sort of represents itself here on the second album. Not as obvious, but still very, apparent, is his wearing his influences on his shoulders. When the album just first starts off on the on the intro track, Contact, you literally hear the drums from Kanye West is amazing. And when I heard that shit, I kind of freaked out because I'm like, fuck, is this really about to be the whole album? Just like really obvious as, oh, here we go. The straight drums, straight rips from other songs being on the album. And my first listen, that's not what it was. I later found out about the various influences that range from Jay Dilla on Upgrade, more Kanye West, and sort of a Kid Cudi-esque feel on City of Stars, and then of course, which took me a minute to really understand, but now I've listened to it a few times, the Drake influence that sort of is here and there on some of the songs and how he does his delivery. But besides the fact that the influences are kind of strong, it doesn't stop the album from being great. Logic will never make a bad album. The concept for the album basically revolves around him, well, not so much him, but two guys in a spaceship that had been in space, I think 250 years after Earth has supposedly been destroyed, eradicated, whatever. And, they're sort of traveling to find this place called Paradise. And that's where it'll be just like Earth, rich and lush weather and atmospheres, and there'll be life on the planet. The concept, from if I read correctly in one of his interviews with Complex, he got, I think, between one night or one weekend he spent at his house. And it takes me back to a Tretch line from the documentary The Art of Rap, where he says most rappers are saying that they don't write their bars, and it sounds like it. It kind of works in reverse here, because the concept, while dope, I was a little bit too fast on Facebook when I said it's my best concept, favorite concept of the year. It's a dope concept, but when you really think about what he could have done with it, it could have been a lot better. The two guys that are the astronauts in this case, Stephen Blum and Kevin Randolph, are Kai and I forget Stephen Blum's character. Stephen Blum, however, if you are not familiar, Tom from Toonami, Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop, my man fucking Mugen from Samurai Champloo. He's basically voiced, if you're an anime kid, if you're a fucking nerd, he's probably voiced 3 or 4 of your favorite shows at some point. You'll recognize him right off the bat. You'll get really happy like I did. But in terms of what he did with those characters, it could have been a lot better. They sort of reference his music as this, as oldies, as Mr. Stephen Bloom says, and they listen to, the album progresses with them just having random interactions and conversations in the shit, which range from Kevin doing the Rubik's Cube, which gets him bitches. And I mean, I can't attest to that, but apparently bitches love the Rubik's Cube. And then other conversations which involve Logic's favorite Tarantino movies and sort of where the world is headed and what happens if when they get to Paradise and humankind just ruins it like, they did Earth. It could have been a lot deeper. The cohesion and the seamlessness, the seamless flow of the album is not as good as his first one. The first album flowed ridiculously smooth. This one, a little bit more rigid. It was good, but it was like, it could have been a lot better. Adhesiveness, coherence, and the actual depth of the concept could have been a lot better. So that's a small L on Logic's part. Past that though, production is fucking dope. Logic produced, I think, he had a producer credit on half the album and produced one song on his own. Other producers are C6, Steven Ponce, DJ Dahi, and the main producer and his co-executive producer, Six. The sounds are really dope, and if for no other reason, if not for the lyricism, which Logic is still really crazy good at the double time, triple time rhyme schemes, the production saves it, because it's out of this world. People have been saying City of Stars sound like a cut out of a Kanye West Vault reject. Kinda. I get what you're saying, but not really. If anything, it's more so Kid Cudi, but you know, that's just me. If you're, the key thing to keep in mind here is with the whole influences are good, not making it obvious is better, but keep in mind they are still influences, and that's literally across the whole range of music. So even if it's a sample or just a feel, it's gonna happen. And making it blend is the key thing, but that's regular shit. Logic, The Incredible True Story. I'm saying buy it right now. It is 18 tracks, but 4 or 5 of those are interludes and scenes between the two astronauts, so it's more like 14. It's a great album, great sounding album, and Logic is dirty with the bars. He has this one thing about fans having some shit to say about his rhymes, calling it fan fiction. It's ridiculous. He also airs out some problems, just like Big Crit, with how Def Jam is kind of handling his exposure. Def Jam, you fucking up right now. Get your shit together. You got some really good artists under your label. Handle that. But beyond that, Logic, Incredible True Story, buy it, pick it up. It's a great album. If you've never listened to a Logic album before, go back to Under Pressure first, see how you feel, come back, and we'll see what's going on. Outside of that, my name is Young Larry. Follow us at Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, the whole 9. Look up the Unnamed Music Show, well, not Unnamed Music Show, Working Class, on SoundCloud as well. Yeah, I almost fucked it up, but not this time. On all those platforms, if you don't like what I'm saying, don't agree with what I'm saying, let me know. I'm open to criticism and constructive back and forth. You try to do some dumb shit, you can miss me. Fuck you. But that's until next time. My name is Young Larry, aka the motherfucking L God, and until next time, hold that fucking L.